Hello, lovely beings, and welcome back to a new video. My name is Evelyn Barta, and I hope that all of you are doing well. So today's video is going to be an energy update of August 2022, and we will be checking what energies will be dominant next month, what astrological aspects will be impacting the collective and us personally as well, individually as well. And then I will also do a reading at the end of the video. So we are almost closing July 2022. It's been an emotional roller coaster, but there was a lot of emotional healing that happened. And it was a very emotional period as well, especially the first part of the month, which was Cancer season. Now we have already entered Leo season. So many of us might be feeling much more confident and much more optimistic when it comes to our lives and many things related to life in general. However, it's not going to be a very easy month. We have the Lionsgate portal as well, and we have some transits at the beginning of the month, which I will be talking about. So there are some challenges that are waiting around the corner, but there are some amazing awakening as well and awareness in the collective. So July offered us a path of self-exploration, a path of understanding our inner world. It was about courage and heartfelt emotions. And there was a deep desire for a change in the collective that was activated in us as well individually, a deep desire to have a different approach to many things and realizing that the old ways are no longer applicable for us or they are no longer serving us. And August is coming now with some very explosive energies and lots of ups and downs as well, but a great opportunity also to gain a lot of awareness and an awakening to the truth. So August can be the month of truth bombs and sort of like a Kundalini awakening as well. And if we as a collective and individually as well channel the energies properly without being afraid of our emotions, then we can have some real evolutionary breakthroughs. So there's a real potential for a breakthrough this month, next month in August. And right off the bat, 1st of August, we have Mars conjuncting Uranus in Taurus. So that is a big deal because it is also has to do with the North Node, because the North Node also conjuncts Uranus and Mars in Taurus. And this conjunction has happened 396 years ago. So it was last time in 1626. And it's such a big deal because when these two planets are joining forces, plus the North Node, then it's a real opportunity for some breakthroughs, as I said. So basically, Mars is the planet of drive and action. It is giving us that push of energy, that stamina to go for things, that courage to go for things. So it's that fiery, passionate energy. And then Uranus is the planet of the Great Awakening, is the Great Awakener. And when these two planets are joining, they are conjuncting each other, then the forces are super powerful there. Uranus is very future-oriented and it's very freedom-oriented as well. So what becomes the number one priority at this conjunction is to break free from old conditioning. That will be the ultimate goal, to break free from old limitations. And we will also have the drive and the necessary courage in order to break free. So we will have that drive to take necessary action for this to happen. And then if it's necessary, then Mars will give us this push to really fight for what freedom is, to fight for our personal freedom. And that is absolutely beautiful. However, there are some downsides of that as well because it's all happening in Taurus. And Taurus rules finances, it rules the land, it rules agriculture, it rules food. And then the North Node, because it is conjuncting these two planets in Taurus, is the symbol of our collective consciousness and collective goals. And whatever is in our collective consciousness and it's not working has to come up for review. So what we are valuing as a collective is being reviewed at this time. So the North Node is symbolizing our collective destiny changing. And it's reminding us that we are the ones that can change our collective destiny. And by changing the way we are looking at our values and what we are valuing, we can change our destiny as well, both individually and then collectively as well. So Mars and Uranus are shifting our perception of our finances, of our self-sustainability, sensuality, and then self-worth as well. So it is making us asking certain questions. What is really valuable for us? And Taurus is about how we build security and safety for ourselves in the world. And it will affect us based on where Taurus is falling in our chart. So in those houses. So North Node conjuncting Uranus and Mars in Taurus is creating a karmic triple, so to speak. So there are some very powerful energies, but these powerful energies negatively can bring some volatility and some unpredictability in the financial system, in the global banking system, in the food reserve as well, and in the supply chain. So it can bring some upheavals with itself, and it will make us to ask ourselves certain questions. How we are distributing our resources? Are we using fairly our resources? Are we using our resources in a sustainable way? And I'm not talking about sustainable development of the United Nations, that BS, but I'm talking about real sustainability. Are we looking at our resources with respect and distribution? Distributing our resources in a fair way, or we are overly consumerists, or we are wasting our resources. So these kind of things, what is to waste and what is to find a sustainable way to look at our resources. So these kind of questions. And there will be this deep desire in the collective as well to free ourselves of unsustainable globalism. And I believe that we will continue to see protests all around the world about the food shortages, about these increasing prices and the situation in the global economy, and people really taking steps and taking real action for a change and standing up. So we will have this urge of breaking free from these old traditions and to break outside of these traditions and to free ourselves from many traditional things that were part of our lives in the past. So we will feel and see the effects of this very powerful transit. It will trigger many weeks to come, and especially the first 2 weeks of the month. But it will definitely have an elongated effect. And the collective might feel like it has this havoc energy, and especially the first week of the month might feel like we are walking a shaky ground. We might be feeling unsettled and unstable. But what is important for us to know is that we will be capable of taking necessary steps and taking concrete steps and action. We will be very action oriented when it comes to achieving what we want. So we will not only talk for the sake of talking, we will really take necessary steps. So this conjunction will lead us to a more authentic and more awakened state. And it is important to know that surrendering to the process is something that can help us, and just to ride the flow, just to go for it. Not to think too much about it, but just to ride the waves. Also, Mars and Uranus can bring some mining accidents, some explosions as well. So there might be certain things that are being shaken up. It can bring some thunderstorms too, and some spectacular lightning. And what is also very typical for Mars and Uranus conjunction is earthquakes and eruptions, maybe even volcano eruptions. But metaphorically can be a period of volcano eruptions as well when it comes to our emotions, because it can really bring some truth bombs, as I said at the beginning of the video. So some people will be experiencing finding out brutal truth about themselves, about other people, about their lives. Things they have to change, and this conjunction can shake up many people to their core, to have a more awakened state and more awareness about where their lives and where their actions are leading them. All right, so this is going to be that very powerful period of this conjunction. And then on the 11th of August, and I'm not going to talk about the 8th of August because that is the Lionsgate portal, and I want to make a separate video for that, so I will upload a separate video. But we will have the Lionsgate portal on the 8th, which is about powerful downloads and DNA activation. And then on the 11th of August, we have Venus entering Leo. And then the 12th of August, we have full moon in Aquarius. So we have a few days of this very powerful energy again, where many things are happening at the same time. So 11th of August, Venus is entering Leo, which will remind us that life can be really generous and really grand. And this period of time will be about dialing into the inner child and channeling that inner child as well, and embracing the magic of being authentic, embracing that magic in our relationships as well, and enjoying that magic, because being authentic and expressing our needs in an authentic way will bring a lot of expansion in our partnerships. So there will be this passionate development in partnerships and communication of our needs. So we will be able to dial into the inner child and to ask the inner child about its needs, and then to communicate those needs very clearly, very authentically to others. So it's important to focus on that in this period and to learn what is to be faithful to our needs, loyal to ourselves and our personal needs. And then the 12th of August is a super full moon in Aquarius, and Aquarius being a very free sign, the main theme of the super full moon will be freedom and having freedom in many areas of our lives. So emotional freedom is the ultimate goal in this period of time. And that powerful urge, that powerful energy of breaking free from the old traditions, which will be very dominant in the collective this whole month. I mean, in August, the whole month, the collective will have much more awareness and much more understanding. And this super full moon will illuminate parts of our lives where we are carrying many burdens. And it will illuminate all these burdens that we have been hiding away from for such a long time, because we cannot continue on the same way. What we have been doing is no longer applicable. So it can bring the super full moon challenges because of that, because of those burdens being illuminated. It can bring upheavals in the family life, in the home life, and then also relationships. And we will have this great evolutionary breakthrough, the potential of a big evolutionary breakthrough in terms of that as well, to finally say goodbye forever to those burdens that have been very, very heavy. But that also can come with very heavy emotions. And facing these very heavy emotions might be a struggle, because Aquarius is an air sign and it's very focused on mental activity. So it has a lot of mental activity and it's prone to overthinking. And we might have this tendency to run away from feelings, or to put a mental block between ourselves and our feelings, like a mental distance, and maybe over analyzing things and rationalizing things, because Aquarius does that. You know, it doesn't really connect to its emotions, but it connects to the intellect. So instead of running away from feelings, we have to just immerse ourselves in those feelings. We have to get lost in those feelings. This is how we can channel those feelings properly, and we let them come to the surface, run their course, and then we will have this relief. You know, so this full moon in Aquarius is a powerful time of releasing things forever, but really forever. And I do have this intuitive feeling that there will be many relationships that will end. So many relationship cycles as well that will be ending at this time. And it will bring this feeling of relief, saying goodbye to those burdens for good. And Aquarius is also about merging in the collective. So it's important in this period, especially if you are feeling emotionally overwhelmed, to connect to your tribe, to connect to your people, people that understand you, people that you can resonate with, and those people that you really trust, and people that are feeling like home for you. And then on the 20th of August, we have an important transit, and it's important because it will last 7 months. So we have Mars entering Gemini, and it will stay there, as I said, for 7 months. So it will bring this fierce desire to communicate with people, fierce desire to speak up, to communicate our ideas, again, to communicate our needs. And we also have Mercury in Virgo, which is also giving us a push to communicate very clearly and in a very grounded way. We might have new hobbies popping up in this time. We might have improved written and oral skills, like oral verbal expression that will be improving as well, and then written expression as well in this period. And then we are not only be able to summon brilliant ideas and visions, but we will have the energy as well to turn these visions into concrete action. So again, Mars is playing a big part in the month of August. And Mars is giving us this push, this fierce push, this fiery push to do things. And being in Gemini at this time is very important in terms of the collective communication, because it will give the push for many people and the courage for many to speak up about what are those things that we don't like as a collective, what are those things that we are being fed up with. And then also the full moon in Aquarius, and then after that we entering the Virgo season. It gives us this grounded approach to things, and then also to be able to think outside of the box, to have this avant-garde approach to things, like this futuristic approach to things, but then be able to talk about those ideas as well, and to talk about those visions as well. And that is very important, and we will see more and more of that in the collective. So these are the astrological transits and energies that are influencing and impacting the collective in August. And let's pull a few cards now. So I will pull a few tarot cards, and I will ask what are those energies in the collective that will be dominant in the month of August. So what are those energies? What can we expect in August? Okay, we have the Queen of Cups upright. So what can we expect in August? Okay, we have the Ten of Swords upright. We have the Two of Cups that is reversed, and the Three of Pentacles reversed, Ace of Wands reversed, and then bottom of the deck we have the Moon. Okay, underlying energy is secrets, is lies, probable mystery as well. So many things that are still being hidden in the collective. It's not a surprise. It is continuing. And because the moon is upright, is meaning that many things will not come to the surface. So in terms of secrets being revealed and the truth coming out, I don't think that, I mean, it will come out. Many things will come out, but the secrets and the delusions and also the trickery in the collective will continue to go on. So that is the underlying energy. And then we had the Ace of Wands that was reversed, and the Ace of Wands reversed is always the card of a false start, is about wanting to create something but not finding inspiration, but then also the canceling of something new and things not turning out the way we want them. So it's a start that is not very satisfying. And then we had also the Three of Pentacles that was reversed as well. And the Three of Pentacles is also my card of the deep state, of secret masons, secret societies. And I feel like maybe the beginning of the month or the whole month of August, because of these protests and this anger that is kicking in the collective, will be challenging for the deep state. So I feel like this came out reversed because they will be facing lots of roadblocks and upheavals. So there will be some challenges in terms of their Great Reset plans. This is how I'm reading that. So that will continue in the month of August as well, whatever started in July. And then we had the Two of Cups that was reversed as well. And that is the card of breakups, is the card of misunderstanding. Now, if we think about the collective, there might be a break there. There might be an energy of misunderstanding, maybe again like this energy of division, two camps thinking differently, having different opinion about things, and maybe a clash in terms of that. But then on an individual level as well, this means, And then the Ten of Swords as well means a breakup in many relationships. So an end of a cycle when it comes to partnerships and relationships. And then also imbalance masculine and feminine energies. But whenever the Ten of Swords is showing up in a reading, that is talking about a very long process that led to a rock bottom kind of situation where there's no more movement forward because we have played all our cards and it's a complete burnout in a sense. So being wounded, but the wound is so deep and it's so bleeding that it's leading us to this rock bottom energy where the only thing that we can do is to change our circumstances. Otherwise, things are not going in a good direction for us. Things might be disastrous for us. So it's not an energy of a shock like it's a tower moment. It's not an energy that comes out of nowhere, but it's rather an energy that has been building up for a long time. And now a limit has been reached. And this whole thing is bringing a sense of closure, a sense of release as well with it. So it's not like a shocking event that comes out of nowhere. It's not a surprise, but it's more like a painful ending and something that has been building up for a long time. Yeah. So there's no turning back. There's no turning back because the limit has been crossed. So when it comes to relationships, this will be the energy. It's not the energy of a shock that something is ending and we didn't expect that, but more like the relationship has run out of energy and we have to find a new way because the cycle has ended. There's nothing more that we can learn from this experience, sort of. So that will be dominant in the collective. And then we had the Queen of Cups that came out upright. And the Queen of Cups is the energy of empathy, of compassion in the collective. And the ability to put our visions into action, the ability to really be visionary, but then also to take necessary action as well. So it is talking about devotion, it's talking about honesty as well. And that will be something that will be an energy that many people will step into in the month of August, stepping into our authenticity, our personal freedom, our personal power as well, and then having more compassion for others, more understanding as well, and more awareness about what is going on around us. So really having this alignment with our inner self and with our emotions. And that energy and that authenticity will give us the courage and will give to many people the courage to end certain things that are no longer working in their lives. So this Queen of Cups energy, this awareness is something that is bringing courage, that is bringing that devotion to end things that are no longer serving us. Okay, so let me just pull a card from this other deck as well. And then let's see what is that the collective will be healing in the month of August. So what is that the collective is healing in the month of August? Lantern. Consciousness is the light, number 44. What a beautiful master number. And then look, there's a lot of energy of the golden light there. There's a lot of energy of the sun on that card. So Leo season, and Leo is being ruled by the sun. So that is a very powerful energy that will help us, the energy of the sun and then upgrades from the sun. Colors are representing that. And oh my God, I left one card at the bottom of the box. So I didn't I shuffled the deck, but I shuffled it without this card. And it's Radical Honesty, number 18. To believe in the facade is to suffocate in the armor of alienation, self-defeat, and self-denial. So that is something that is healing as well, like much more authenticity for ourselves. And it's number 18. 1 plus 8 is 9, and that is meaning like an end of a cycle, so ending an important cycle. And this card, this lantern, is number 44, and 4 plus 4 is 8. So number 8, the number of the Lionsgate portal as well. Consciousness is light. The crown has completed the circle of faces and perspectives pertaining to feminine consciousness. Maiden, Mother, Guardian, and Crone. The lanterns hanging from the feature's crown wrists illuminate her world with the clarity of having integrated her spirit self with herself. So yeah, it's a very powerful integration that humanity is going through, and we are stepping into our higher consciousness. So I believe that yes, the Lionsgate portal will play a very big part in that, and August will be this very powerful time of DNA activation and activation of these energies that will elevate the collective consciousness, so we can step into our cosmic consciousness, like our cosmic citizenship. So let me see what the message is. Awareness expands as we clear the darkness with light. Clarity transforms our perception into lanterns of insight that can illuminate a way for others too. So it's beautiful because many people that are receiving this upgradation, they will be able to create this framework of healing and this light that will illuminate the way to others. And I believe that this will be also about illuminating part of ourselves, as I said, and burdens that we have been carrying. And it will give us that energy to release those burdens. And she doesn't see the way forward there because her eyes are being covered there, but she has the lantern. So she's being guided by her intuition only and by her inner self. Her inner self and her alignment with her inner self is illuminating the way, not only her way, but the way for others too. So it's really about stepping into our intuitive wisdom and that higher consciousness. And definitely it is talking about, because 44 is the last card in this deck, so it's talking about, it's almost like the word card. It's talking about the end of a cycle and what we are gaining by completing an important cycle, and completing that cycle by our inner work. So by our shadow work, basically. The shadow work is the lantern. The shadow work is giving us these lanterns. Alright guys, so this was today's video. I hope it resonated. I hope it helped. If you did, you can subscribe to this channel. You can check out my Patreon as well and what I'm posting there. Please join my Telegram as well because I'm posting updates, and you can also subscribe to my BitChute because that is like a backup channel. So whatever happens with this one, I have the videos there as well. Alright guys, so thank you so much for being here. Thank you for listening. Have an amazing August, everybody. Take care of yourselves, and I cannot wait to see you next time.